You know, you seem to have conducted a poll, you know, saying that Nigerians don't want to hear the word change anymore. I mean, it's possible that majority of people are, you know, or a lot of people are dissatisfied with the way things are being run or dissatisfied with the way things are. But how are you so confident? Because I do know that in the early days, shortly after the victory of the APC, there were considerations as to whether or not the name of PDP was even going to change. Because some people would say that, yes, it would look like Nigerians are caught in a hard place. In one instance, they feel disappointed with the way PDP has handled things in the past how many years. That's the reason why they changed to another party. But then they don't look exactly happy here. How do you know that they want to go back to the old party? Don't you think that we should be thinking about some rebranding here?
You see, Marco, you know, one thing that you must agree with me is that, you know, the opinion poll is also, even you sometimes when you speak, and I watch you a lot, I get my opinion poll from some of the things you say. Because, Marco, you cannot tell me that you used to buy dollar at 210 before. Now you buy dollar at 400 and something, Marco, and you say you still want change. Don't you want to go back to when dollar was 210? Marco, you used to buy rice for 7,500 naira. Now you buy it close to 20,000. Marco, you want that kind of change?
You seem to know what she does a lot.
Marco, why don't we just return back to default setting of May 29, 2015? We're not saying they should deliver change again. We don't want change.
Deji, the point is this, that if you were dissatisfied where you were coming from, and you decided to have some amount of change, or as it were, or you changed to something else, what is the guarantee that you want to go? Are those the only two options? Are you saying that Nigerians must always be caught between a rock and a hard place?
Marco, nice question. You know, for me, I'm like, okay, well, if Nigerians, you know, and that's why I said we must get our acts together. We must make sure that we do everything it takes to get this crisis resolved. But if we cannot, then Nigerians have the option of, you know, going for a third party. Because, you know, if the first option fails and the second option fails, it's just like marriage. You get married the first time, it fails. You get married the second time, you fail. You don't give up on love. Do we ever give up on love, Malcolm? We keep trying. You know, so for Nigerians, generally, I think that...
A good thing to ask him, I haven't been there, so I don't know about marrying 2-3 times. But, I mean, we see the papers here in terms of how people, APC and PDP leaders are considering coming up with a new party in early 2017. But look, before this hits the papers, we know that some meetings are going on. Are you saying that you're not privy to some of this?
Well, you know, I wouldn't say I'm not privy to some of these meetings. You know, in politics, so many things are so valid. Just like what you spoke about, issue of interest, and so many things. You know, the driving force, for me personally, you know, I didn't come to this world to look for positions or or I'll say that I must, you know, be something at all times. You know, what is driving me is I always want to give my best at every time, wherever I find myself doing. So that's just the passion. So for many politicians, that's the passion. Yes, you know, you make a name when you do all these things. When you serve the country, you know, you make a name for yourself. You carve a niche for yourself. You do a lot of benefits come with it. But for most of these politicians, yes, meetings are going on behind the scene. You understand? Ahead of 2019. In fact, 2019 is just tomorrow. You understand? So you can imagine that so many people are concerned about the country, and people feel that with what we have seen so far, because my people always say that a weekend that will be good is from Thursday. You start knowing it. You understand? Because from Thursday you start getting the feelers that, oh, this weekend is going to be good. So, but from what we have seen so far, Nigerians know for certain that, you know, things are bad and things are not going to get better. And so it's in line with this that so many permutations are going on behind the scene, and people are within their rights, whether they're in APC or PDP, to form alliances, whatever it is. You understand? So, you know, I don't think I'll say more than that.
You know, listening to you, we still must go back to what you just highlighted, talking about during the time of PDP and what we're going through at the moment. It was only yesterday during the Eid celebration that the president still went on to say it was a mess,
Okay.
A messed up situation he inherited from the PDP.
That he didn't get anything from
All of those
well,
who were within the PDP before he took charge.
Well, you see, for me, when I had that, I was like, seriously? And I said to myself, I said, if the president didn't get anything, was this the INEC he met when he came? This INEC that he met. This INEC that cannot conduct an election in one local government. And the election will still, if this INEC conducts an election in one local government, the election will still be inconclusive. No Nigerian has confidence in this INEC. No Nigerian. The only people that have confidence in this INEC are those in APC.
Isn't that more like a sweeping generalization?
It's not. If you cannot conduct credible election in Southern Ijaw, one local government, how then do you want to conduct elections in 2019 in 36 states in this country? For instance,
have the courts since said that the elections conducted there is not credible?
For instance, who
says the election is not credible?
You and I, we are the conscience of this country. The ordinary Nigerians are the conscience of this country. For instance, we have over 145,000 card readers. INEC has over 145,000 card readers nationwide. But you will be shocked to find out that this Edo election that we are going into, we have just 2,262 polling units in Edo. You'll be shocked that what this INEC are planning for Edo is to make sure that some of the card readers at the polling units don't work.
Let's not speculate here, because INEC is not here to join in this whole conversation. We're looking at developments in the PDP, even though sometimes it dovetails into what the ruling party is about at the moment. Quite frankly, talking about peaceful members of the PDP, and you look at that headlines there, it then means that perhaps reconciliation is very far within the PDP between these two leaders.
Yeah, you see, every organization has its challenges. Understand? You know, and PDP is an organization. You understand? It's just like, you know, in a home, you have series of challenges. There are good days, there are bad days. Well, this is PDP's bad days. You understand? It's not too late for PDP to get its acts together. It's also not too late for our founding fathers, our leaders, you know, to come together and try to help the party. The party has done so much for many of them. You know, many of them are people that we, the younger ones, look up to, and we are inspired and we have hope in the party. So if they sit back and watch this continue, you know, it spells doom for the party. Like you said, the headline is worrisome because people are actually talking behind the scenes and they are already looking for options and alternatives. Imagine if you were Pastor Eze Yamo, you understand? You won a primaries in the party. INEC was there, everybody was there, you're the only one campaigning. But somebody is somewhere claiming that he's the candidate of the party. How will you feel? Do you understand? So the founding
especially
fathers,
when the party brought it upon themselves.
You see, like I said, PDP is like an organization. In an organization, it is expected that you make mistakes. And when you make mistakes, what you try to do is to try and correct them. That's what I think we are trying to do. You know, every Nigerian should encourage us to quickly find a solution.
Deji, you haven't quite told us the mistake that was made.
Well, Maokwe, you and I, we know that. You and I, we know that.
She's a member
of this party.
No, but she has been speaking about this for such a long time on the show. And she knows that. Yes, we had Senator Alimodu Sharif come in. And the agreement, a gentleman agreement was entered that Senator Alimodu Sharif will do just 3 months as party chairman. But, you know, as it is in all cases, in most cases in Nigeria, once leaders get into office, especially in Africa, they want to do a 3rd term, a 4th time, a 5th time, and they just want to continue there forever. Again, maybe the sycophants around will also tell you, how did you agree to be chairman for just 3 months? Do you know what PDP chairmanship is? You know, it is so sweet, you have so much power, you can do this, you can do that. So that is the mistake I'm talking about, Maokwe.
Okay, because when you kept on saying you and I was almost going to ask Maokwe, is there something you're not telling us? From the look of things, because if you keep saying that Nigerians want a thing or two, yes indeed, there's always that importance of having a credible opposition in the democracy. That's one of the very key ingredients. But when PDP doesn't seem to get the act together, they leave the people with no choice and just keep observing. And who knows, if this new party comes up, that could be the new credible, I don't know, they'll be coming to win.
Yeah.
So I don't know if to call them opposition or not.
You see, like we always say, the PDP should be worried by this issue of this new party, and the PDP should try to do everything possible, to get its act together. For instance, at the aborted Port Harcourt convention, I wanted to be publicity secretary of the party, and I felt that if I had the opportunity, that it would be easier to convince the younger generation. You understand? Because the younger generation will actually believe that yes, the party is willing to change and it's ready to change.
Stretch it a little bit further. What are the young people in the party? What's their thinking? Do they still want to stay in the party, or are they thinking about, look, if this doesn't work, we'll do something else?
Well, many young people in the party still believe in the party. And let me tell you something. I had the rare privilege of sitting with many members of the board of trustees of our party in the course of me contesting to be public secretary. And one thing struck me so amazingly about the PDP. While I say the PDP is different from the APC, is because, you see, for instance, I had a meeting with Senator Brian Mantu in his house, and we spoke for a very long time. And throughout that meeting, he kept saying one thing: we must insist that initial plan of we, the founding fathers of this party, the party must return back to that. Because many of you, the younger ones, are forgetting why this party was formed. This party was formed because we wanted to keep the military out of politics. The PDPs, the ideals and values of this party, many Nigerians have forgotten it because of campaigns that we used to do and elections. So we've forgotten the ideals of the party. So many young people in the party want to learn about the party. They are like Ekweme of this world. Imagine if they avail themselves the opportunity of talking to young men like us, of mentoring us. Because many young people in the party, they are not discouraged.
So the young people there are still optimistic.
Yes, believe me. If they call a convention 15 times, I can assure you, the young people of this party will be there and they will support the party.
All right, Deji Adeyanju is a member of the People's Democratic Party. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back in a minute to join us again.